Hello and welcome to another Amazon Seller live stream. Thanks everyone for joining me. Anyone who's online, thanks to anyone who's watching afterwards. I know many people watch these afterwards when they're driving taxis or buses or just working or at the gym, going for a walk, which I need to do actually today. I've missed the nice weather. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Massively appreciate it. My name's Simon. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller and I do these live streams every Monday and Thursday where I talk about Amazon, my business, answer any questions that you guys have, mainly around Q&A. So answering any questions you guys have got about Amazon, and yeah, just helping you guys out. You know, it's like a free mentoring session, you know. So come on, ask any questions. I can review an ASIN if you want, you know, anything like that basically. And yeah, or if you've got any just questions about Amazon, I can help you with that basically. So hey Zara, how's it going? Hey Miguel, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on. Cool. Hopefully you can't tell I've just had a nap. So I always get a little bit tired sometimes in the evening, so I have to take a little sofa nap for a little while. But yeah, so awesome. Any questions you guys got, throw out there for Amazon. How is my Amazon going, by the way? Let's have a look, actually. So, excuse me. It's been a little bit slower today, but this month has been picking up a little bit. I'm still not happy with this month. But I've been selling some good stock recently, so you just never have enough for Q4. That's the problem. Some of this good stock that I've got, I've just like sold out. Some other stuff I've got going quite nicely. But yeah, let's have a look. The day's pretty poor. I'm not gonna lie. The day is pretty poor. Excuse me. Go on. Right, so this is the day. So I'll be honest, I'm not very happy with this. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Not much I can do about it. But yeah, so good ROI, I suppose, just not enough profit there. So it just shows you ROI doesn't mean everything. You know, a lot of my numbers actually, if you remember from a few months ago, the ROI was lower, like 20 or 18%, but I was making like £200, £300, £400 a day. So it's not all about ROI. ROI is an important factor, but it's not all about ROI. So yeah, yesterday was a better day actually. Excuse me, my throat's playing up today. So yeah, yesterday was not too bad. Again, things are picking up slowly. This was yesterday, so let's have a look here quickly. You know, £220 basically profit. You know, 31% ROI, not too bad really. So yeah, things are picking up overall. It's going to be a bad month. I reckon if I do 5k this month, I'll be pretty pleased, to be honest. You know, considering where I am right now, I'm on £2,000 for the month, so really bad. But yeah, I've got some really good stock coming in basically, and I've been patient on a lot of stock, which has been quite nice. Oh, interesting. Okay. Just looking at some of my sales now, actually, just sold something I didn't think I had it actually in. I was even selling, but yeah, I forgot that I was selling basically. So yeah, I've had some nice ones come in. I've been a bit patient, just waiting for stuff to come in. So this is quite a nice one here. I'll just take a screenshot quickly. This is quite a nice one. I've been not waiting too long on this one, but this is an aftershave. You know, £8 profit, 45% ROI. I'm looking at this. I'd probably just double check and make sure I can't put the price up more. This is quite a nice one. Only got 10 available, so not exactly going to make me rich. This is one of my favorite ones where patience just is a virtue. And I'm basically the last guy left on this one. I've got 90 stock in stock. This is an OA lead, by the way. £55 sale, cost of goods £26.94. I think I bought 253. I can't remember if it's 200. Maybe I bought 200, 250 of these. And I'm down to my last 90 now of these, basically. But I sell, I don't know how many of these a day. A couple a day, maybe, 2 or 3 a day. I'm looking at the page here, and I've always sold 2 in you know. So yeah, so I think 2 or 3 a day. Not too bad, really. But yeah, anyway, so kind of interesting. Some of the sales that I've got there. So, excuse my throat today is awful. Sorry. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Dan has just, if you don't mind me saying, by the way, joined the mentorship program. So thanks for joining, Dan. Yeah, Dan's joined. Well, starting in January, I think we are, mate. But you've joined already, and you already got access to the Discord. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it, mate. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Hey, Frosty, how's it going? Where do you mainly source from? Hey, I source from multiple places. Like right now, for example, there are so many deals going on. It's crazy. So I've made no I've not made no. What's the word? What word am I thinking of? I've not hidden the fact that I basically buy from like John Lewis, is one big one. Right now, go and look on Smiths. Argos had a big sale on. There are so many websites right now that have Black Friday sales going on. It's crazy. And obviously, we're not even in Black Friday yet. I think it's 26th, 27th of November. I can't remember exactly the date. There's loads of sales going on. So where do I source right now? All over the place. I've just made some orders from Smiths. I've made some orders from Argos. Today, I've made some orders from Amazon to Amazon. Where else have I ordered from today? I think that's it for today. But I ordered from loads of places, just regular run-of-the-mill websites, nothing fancy. Honestly, I order from major websites. There's nothing fancy going on realistically. I'm just finding, and right now it's so easy. It's toys, video games, aftershave, perfumes. It's so easy right now. There are so many deals out there. It's crazy, honestly. It's just insane. So Miguel was saying, just started using Keeper Product Finder. Awesome. That's a very powerful tool. It's my weakest tool, by the way. So I'll be honest with you, that's my weakest tool. I'm very good at sourcing most methods. Keeper Product Finder is one that I know is ridiculously powerful, but I need to improve on and get better at using that. Spent ages using filters, yet to find any leads. Definitely a big learning curve. Yet there's a huge learning curve there. So what you need to do is know the specific filters and strategies, and there's about 5 or 6 that we teach in the mentorship program with Keeper Product Finder that will teach you how to basically find specific things like low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket items. There's a few other strategies as well. Maybe I won't reveal in here, but yeah. So you need to go with a specific strategy when you're using Keeper Product Finder because it is ridiculous, the filters. And there's probably, to be honest, there's probably hundreds of strategies using those filters you can use. But yeah, so Frosty's asking from Cogita. So let's have a look actually here. So this one here is not Cogita. This was a Staples lead, I'll be honest with you. That one there. This one here was a Cogita one. And this one here, that's not one of them. So one of those two that I showed you were Cogita, basically. Hey, let me show you another one then. Let me show you, I'm going to screenshot, and looking through my sales for today. Okay, this one technically was yesterday, sorry. So this was 16th of November. Okay, let me show you this one. Here we go. Guess where this one came from. Have a guess, guys. Throw a guess out there. £55 profit, 50% ROI. Where did this one? And it's my last one, by the way. Sad times. Sad times. Anyway, it's what it is. Have a guess where that one came from. And whoever guesses it maybe wins a prize. I don't know. So I'm trying to look at the interesting ones. To be honest with you, they're kind of interesting. I don't know. I've got sales all over the place, really, in terms of just like random stuff. But yeah, so that one was quite nice anyway. Any guesses? Oh, Dan's got it. Dan got it first time. So Dan wins the Mac. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it was John Lewis, basically, that one. So that was, again, good guess, Dan. That was a John Lewis one. That was a Philips Hue, by the way. So that was Philips Hue. Thingy Bob. Light. I think it was like I'm trying to think what. Yeah, I won't tell you exactly what kind of light it was, but it was a light from John Lewis, basically. So what else have I got here? I was just looking at interesting. Oh yeah, this one was nice. Oh yeah, this one's really nice. I'm not gonna show the exact sale price on this one just because I don't want people to track it down. But this was an 8away, and no one jumped on this one. I think I'm literally the only FBA seller on it. Here we go, $46.99. I've got 14 left, basically. Yeah. Hey, Adrian, how's it going? Hey, Verideo, thanks for joining us. Hey, AKJ Wholesale, thanks for joining us. By the way. Hey, Helen, how's it going? But yeah, this one here was a really nice one. This sale was from, I've been doing like one of these a day, basically, on these ones, basically. So yeah, so I've got 14 left. That was an 8away. And not many people jumped on that one. So, yeah, that was quite a good one, to be fair. So, some nice little set. That last sale was 16th of November. So, I don't think I've sold one today, unfortunately, on that one. But I'm selling roughly around one of those a day. So, I'm going to be out of stock on those relatively soon anyway. So, that was an 8away. It's just all over the place. I've got Cogita tends to be lower sort of ROI, lower profit, but more volume. And then, yeah, I don't know, just like the OA tends to be, for the most part, higher kind of ROIs, higher profits, but maybe slower sellers. So I don't know. Yeah, interesting. I'm just looking through some sales now, actually. This one, yeah, I won't post. Well, this one here, I suppose it's not very exciting, to be fair. Another one. This was a John Lewis one as well, a Philips Hue one. This one's not very exciting. I mean, but anyway, it's still money. Yeah, I'm trying to look at anything else interesting here. Not that I can see anyway, but yeah, I don't know. No real like stellar ones. Let's have a quick look. Anything else that's interesting? Hey, I don't always get it right. Here's one. Here, for example, I'm going to show you this one, and this is why I basically, I talk about one of the things I teach in the mentorship, also tell you for free here is basically like look at this one, for example. This is a complete mess up. This one, I probably lost a $5 on this one. This is quite a heavy item. It was a Le Creuset item. It cost me £239. I basically broken even on this one, maybe lost a $5. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I take an L. Now, because this was quite heavy, I probably have lost maybe £3-4 on this one. A bit of storage costs and stuff as well, maybe a $5 in total. What I like is what I want is my worst case scenario to be like break even and my best case scenario to be profitable. So on ones like that where it just doesn't work out and that's been sat in there for freaking months, I'm basically breaking even on it. So I don't have any ones where I'm like getting rich or losing my shirt. All my ones that I buy, basically I'm either breaking even. Well, worst case scenario, I'm breaking even. Occasionally, every now and then, something happens out of control, and you end up losing maybe a little bit of money, or I'm making profit basically. So I've definitely got some other ones where I've like not cocked up, but like this one, for example. This one is a bad one, but this one was kind of out of my control and why it went bad. So I've got loads of these to sell through. I'm making like 93p. I'm basically, again, maybe after prep fees and stuff like that. This is a hazmat item. I may be losing like maybe 50p a unit at this point, so not great, but this one was out of my control. This is one where the listing title got totally screwed up and Amazon refused to fix it. So the title got ruined on listing. It's like, imagine this was something like Versace 100ml EDP, and then someone changed it to like 7-Up, whatever, and then Amazon refused to fix it. So I'm just slowly selling through, getting rid of the stock, basically. So yeah, that one kind of sucks, but that I've only seen that happen once. Cool. Let me get to the questions anyway. So catch up the questions. So Dan says, yeah, mate, it's good. Loving it so far. Can't wait to sink my teeth in properly. And that's Dan, who's one of my new mentees, which is awesome. Good to hear, mate. Appreciate that. Not even started yet. You're enjoying it, so that's good. So Dan, existing seller. Yeah, Dan's. Well, do you mind if I say Dan? Yeah. Well, Dan can answer you, I suppose, if you want. But Dan is an existing seller. I won't actually say like how long he's been selling for and stuff like that, unless he's happy for me to say so. Helen's asking, can you show us how you do a deal with A2A just in the process of setting it up? Yeah, let me have a quick look. Let me give you a little preview, but I'm gonna have to just I'll give you guys a little sneak. This is normally stuff I teach in the mentorship program, but I guess I can give you a little like sneak peek. Let me just quickly sanitize my desktop a bit here. So 1 second. I don't want any kind of personal information showing, basically. But what I'll do is just do this quickly and then show you how I do my A2As, basically. I think that should be okay there. And then let me do my other one quickly. And I think we're okay. So, cool. Okay, right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now. Right, I'm not going to share that. I need to be careful. Again, I need to be careful what I show. Let me just put myself on sleep as well. Cool, I think that's okay. So, oh yeah, it reminds me, there's an interesting article I read just before this. Ticket reselling is being banned in the UK. Not banned, but like you can't sell for profit. Anyway, we'll cover that in a second. So let me just go to Talking Head now. Cool. So this is what you can see right now. Now, this is my A2A setup, right? So you can see here, what I've done is I've got these, if I go to the top here, I've got these different desktops. And inside of this is where I keep my A2As, basically. So whenever I see an A2A ping, I can just ping right over here. I'm on a Mac, by the way, but pretty sure you can replicate this on Windows. And I've got, these are my 3 personal accounts, basically. And then I've got over here my 3 business accounts, basically. So if I've got a business deal, I'll buy on the business accounts. If I've got other ones, I'll buy on those, basically. So I've got those 3 set up, basically. So yeah, that's how I do it. But yeah, just a little sneak preview, basically, of how I do it. But yeah, so that's kind of how I do the A2As, how I got it set up so I can access them quickly. That's kind of some insider info there, But anyway, hopefully you guys saw that okay. Just give you a little sneak peek and stuff on or how that works. But yeah, so just to answer your question then, Frosty. So Dan's been doing Amazon since 2017. So actually, normally most of my mentees are newer sellers or people are fairly new within the first year. But Dan's actually someone who's come in from doing a totally different sourcing method and way of doing Amazon. So I was more than happy to take him on board and do the mentoring because he came from a totally different sort of area, if that makes sense. So I've had people come to me before who are basically making the same money, maybe even more than me, doing online arbitrage. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable teaching someone who's maybe already making 10,000 a month who does online arbitrage already. Because what would I teach them really? And there probably are some stuff I could teach them, but I don't know. It just feels like it's just a bit. Yeah, I've had like one person who was interested in doing it, and then he was like, afterwards he's like, yeah, probably not right, which is I agreed with, to be fair. But Dan comes from a totally different kind of background in terms of how he does Amazon, so he wants to learn OA, wants to learn all the strategies, all the little tips and tricks, and honestly, for the money the mentoring's worth, you're going to be able to 100x, honestly, because Dan's an existing seller since 2017, he'll be able to like 10x his money, if not more, in the first like year, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, to be honest with you. But yeah, because you'll be able to hit the ground running, basically. So and go there, basically. So yeah, so hopefully that kind of, if you've got any questions around that, what I just showed you, by the way, Helen, let me know. But that's how I set it up, basically, 3 personal, 3 business, and go from there. Now, honestly, A2A is extraordinarily simple, but everyone seems to struggle with it, and has loads of questions around it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's generally actually quite simple. The only thing I'd say is like having 3 business accounts, 3 personal accounts. Don't just create them all in one go. Amazon, they get a little bit strict around creating accounts, so you just need to take your time, maybe make one a week or one every couple of days or whatever. So, especially with business accounts, you need like one every couple of days. One every couple of business accounts need to be created like once every week or 2 weeks, whatever. And even getting like I've got 3 there, but 2 have got bad limits. So, God, I've got 3 accounts there, but 2 have got good limits and 1's got a bad limit. So the 3rd one I don't really use, to be honest with you. But I won't go too much. Well, if you've got any questions around that, let me know, basically. But yeah. So Frosty said, what's the most effective way to use RB Source Scraper? So, there are multiple ways. You can just, I think the best strategy for you maybe is like go and, as I've already said before, do newsletters, sign up to newsletters on a bunch of different websites. I think I've got a link somewhere where you can basically get access to, let me find it. Let me throw it out there. It does capture your email, but it gives you like a bunch of free stuff. Let me find it quickly here. If I go to one of my videos, maybe is it this one? Get shareable link. Let's have a look. So I basically got a thing that's going to let you. It's going to let you. What is this? I don't have it on there. Anyway, sign up to a bunch of. Sorry about that's terrible viewing. But sign up to a bunch of newsletters. From there, you'll see a sale. Let's say, Argos have got a Black Friday sale. You can go to Argos. You can manually source it. You can throw it into Arbisource as well. That's a good strategy, I'd say, to get you started, basically. In terms of how to source. So yeah. But yeah. So AKJ Wholesale. What kind of goods did you get from Staples? That was a Staples is not something I source every day. I just happened to see there's a big sale going on. Went on there. And a lot of it was just not profitable, but some of it was. And those ones I showed on screen, again, I think it was... Nope. It's the one with 90 stock. Probably can't find it now. Oh, I seem to have lost it. Oh, yeah, here we go. This one here, for example, is this one here. This was an ink cartridge, basically. So I can't remember what... Brother or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, so ink cartridges, basically. So yeah, that one there, basically. So the 90 stock one. I think I bought 200 or 250, and actually there was more stock. It was me and a friend, we cleared it out. I actually let a friend, I think he got 100 or 50, I can't remember exactly. I scooped up all the others. And yeah, it was highly profitable, basically. So really nice one, that one. So, AD, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see you got put JL there. My bad, AJ. I didn't see that. Yes, I'm so behind on the chat. My bad. So what brand was that again, Mogul? Which one? Sorry, I can't remember which one you're talking about. Oh, the one that I'm breaking even on, Le Creuset. So that's like a French cooking brand, and they do like high end or yeah, pretty much. I don't say it's high end stuff. I'll say it's high end because I've got Le Creuset. But it's like cooking stuff like pots, pans, stuff like that. Yeah. I'll be honest, like that kind of stuff. I don't know how to get into kitchen stuff, but like I bought like a pan, Le Creuset pan, like in 2012, and the still thing looks brand freaking new. I use it nearly every day. So you get when you pay a lot of money, it's not cheap. It's like 150 quid for a pan, but like it literally lasts a lifetime. So it's a really good brand. Anyway, we won't go into cooking and kitchen utensil tips. But yeah, if you anyway, we'll move on from that basically. Thoughts on all these new STK alternatives popping? Yeah, very interesting. I think it's very good for us as consumers. Having competition out there is always great. I noticed STK sent an email out today, I think it was, or yesterday, saying that their beta version is out being tested by some bigger sellers. Apparently I'm not big enough. That'll be coming out relatively soon. So you've got STK 2.0 coming out. You've got a bunch of others, like you've got Invino, you've got Cellursite, you've got... what else have you got? You've got Cellarfuse, ones coming out as well. So there's all these different ones. There's another one as well, but they spammed in my group, the link. So therefore I will not name them. We'll never promote them. So that's the lesson for them. But yeah, so actually someone who was doing some DMing in my Discord. By the way, I've got a free Discord, by the way, if anyone wants to join, if you're not in there. I basically check every day for people that are like spam DMing, and then I ban them. Someone actually reached out to me and said, look, I apologize. I said, you know what, I'll give you a second chance, basically. So I said, do it again, you're banned for life. But no, that company, I won't say the name of the company, but they came in and I can't remember exactly what they did now, but they like posted without my permission some links and stuff, and I was like, nope, we're done now. So yeah, I don't like that basically. I try to keep it spam free basically in there. Pretty strict on that. So yeah, but I think it's good for us, Miguel. Overall, it's good for us consumers to have all this competition out there. I'm not surprised because STK was dropping the ball massively, and yeah, all these other ones come out. So I think it's only good for us. It's just trying to choose which one's the best one. Really, I've heard good things about Cellarfuse, heard good things about Invino. In fact, I've heard good things about all of them. Each one's got its own strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I need to probably just get myself set up on all of them. And just use each of them every single day, and then just make a decision on which one I prefer, or just use them all, and then I can give you a better insight. And actually probably need to do a big video review on that basically. So video I'm working on right now, by the way. So I've been obviously I do a lot of lives and stuff, and I do my car vlogs, which I've got 2 here I need to release. I might just do them like back to back, but I haven't done like a proper sit down video in the studio. I'm going to do that, and I'm basically doing my plan to make 30,000 a month basically for next year. So that's going to be my video of how I'm going to scale my Amazon business up to 30,000 a month, and the plan with that basically. So it'll be a very good video, and you'll be able to like take what I've done, and like if you want to make 10,000 a month, you can kind of like just a third of what I'm doing basically, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put all the numbers up there, the plan of how I'm going to do it, etc. That's going to be like a good video basically. So and that's going to be how I'm planning to make 30,000 a month on average next year. I mean, it's going to take time to ramp up. I probably won't hit that 30,000 until maybe in the middle of the year. You know, these things take time to build up. But yeah, it's not like I can just suddenly switch on and go make 30 grand a month. You know, it's going to take time, basically. Miguel, Rev, no, it'll be profit. But yeah, if that's related to that question. But yeah, so Helen saying still none the flipping wiser. Maybe I'll do a YouTube check and find a video on how to set it up. Okay, I mean, yeah, just book a call. Why don't you just book a call with me, Helen? Okay. Book a 15-minute call with me, and we'll have a chat, basically. I'll give you little tips, basically. I'll be honest, it's quite a long setup, but I can give you some tips, basically, on how to set it up. But yeah, so, or ask Zoe. She can probably help you as well. So, Zoe's one of my mentees. I know Helen's good friends with her. So, that's a whole story, that is. Is STK a repricer too? It is. It does have a repricer. It's a pretty basic one. It's actually the one that I use right now. I don't necessarily think it's the best repricer, but saying that I've tried PPP before, and that one, again, you know, it's good in some regards, in other regards, it's not so good. There are some other ones out there. There's Be Cool. There's Ascent as well. There's 3, 4, 5 different reprices out there. It's just obviously moving reprices is quite an effort, and you need to have a big trust in them. So things like Be Cool being around for a while, I probably should give them a go at some point. Ascent, I don't think I'm very reluctant to use a reprice that's not been around for a very long time, because obviously if they mess up and reprice all your stock down to like a penny, it basically sends you to the poorhouse, basically. So you've got all your trust in your business in this repricer. You need to be damn sure that it's not going to break. You got to factor that in basically as well. So, but yeah, there's definitely other reprices I need to check out basically. So yeah, someone's looking forward to it. Yeah, appreciate it, Summer. I'm planning it out basically, how I'm going to do it. Well, I'm actually planning it out of how to actually do it, and then I'll tell you how I'm going to do it basically in the video. So it's going to be I've not done a sit down dedicated video in ages, and I need to get back onto the whole YouTube doing proper videos, because these videos are really good and everyone enjoys them, but they don't bring necessarily too many new people into the channel, and I'll try and grow the channel more again. And those kind of actually 30k a month one will hopefully bring in some new punters, I guess, into the community. So yeah. Zara saying, have you ever used tactical arbitrage? I have, many moons ago, yes. It's mainly really good for the USA. It's not that great for the UK, to be honest. If you want the best one for the UK, it's arbitrage. RB Source, sorry, arbitrage. It's RB Source. Again, I've got a good link for everyone out there. Let me get it quickly. I'll throw it out there. So, RB Source, because you can get a 30% discount with my link, and code. So I'll throw that out there for you guys if you want. So that's the link to join, and the code to get 30% off your first month is FBA Mogul 30. So that's that basically. So. Yeah, no problem, Helen. Book a call. So basically what you need, you need new SIM card, you need new email. Every single Amazon account needs its own, obviously, email. It needs its own SIM card. That's pretty much it at best. Yeah. So, and then ideally a new card as well. Amazon are kind of clamping down a little bit on using the same card on all the accounts. So, that's, we can have a little chat about it. I'll give you a little hand setting it up. So, or you can join the mentoring, Helen, and I can teach you properly how to do it. So, and all the tips and tricks and stuff. So, and everyone's interested in mentoring, by the way, link in description. It's a good program, but yeah. I won't mention any more about that, basically. It sells itself, basically. Although we're at 9 people right now. Once the 10th person pays, the price goes up by £1,000. So, I said the first 10 people get it for a certain amount of money. Then it's going up by £1,000 from 11 to 20 people. And then 20 plus is going up to another £1,000 basically. Because the value is the amount of effort we have to put in, the value that we give in the mentoring program is just ridiculous. And for the price it is right now, it is just too cheap. It is just too cheap. So I'm not saying it's an insignificant amount of money. It's not. But it is too cheap, basically. Yeah, how are my sales this month? MTT, not good, mate. I think I showed them a little bit earlier. Honestly, pretty bad, actually. I'll just screenshot it again rather than trying to find the actual screenshot, because hasn't got any kind of name attached to it. It's really bad. This month has been bad. So what happened, basically, I talked about this in my next vlog, actually. Here we go. This is my month so far. Terrible. Considering we're basically past the halfway mark. Terrible. And we're in Q4. Absolutely awful. I just didn't have any good stock in Amazon, basically. I dropped the ball sourcing. I was focusing on my mentoring program. I didn't source pretty much all of September. Even a little bit before that, I was focused on something else, and now you suffer. Now my sales are picking up again. I've got some really good stock going in, so I think we'll accelerate. I think December will be okay. I'll probably hit 10,000 in December, which honestly is pretty pitiful for December. But hey, it's the reality of it. So but I'm ramping things up again now. I placed a big order on Kogita 2 or 3 days ago. Unfortunately, they didn't ship as many as I wanted, which sucked. So I'm just on Kogita now, if you can't tell. So I ordered, these basically. I won't show exactly what it is, but look, I ordered 260 units. Unfortunately, they only shipped 180, but this is a really good Q4 item. You can see the value that I spent on that one, but yeah, obviously Yeah, anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, that's, it's fine. 180 is still good, but yeah, I think I'd have liked more. But yeah, I'm ramping up the orders again now. So hey, it is what it is. That's the problem with doing so many things. Not just doing Amazon, doing other things as well, like mentoring, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. And it takes you, just distracts you from the sort of primary focus, I suppose. Although my primary focus these days is actually the mentoring program, so that's my primary focus. So, but it is what it is. So yeah, MTT not great, mate. Honestly. MTT saying, I'm finding Cogito prices are inflated. I'm selling a lot of stuff from July, August at a nice profit now. Yeah, exactly. Look, that's the exact method, mate. Honestly, me too. Not just with Cogito, of course, but with OA in general, with A2A. If you're just patient, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, about 3 months, is about typical, on maybe the high end a little bit in terms of having to wait for prices to come back. But now, mate, you've been around the game for a few years now. Just hold the prices and wait and let everyone else sell out. It's just ridiculous. And then obviously you can make your money. And this is exactly what I'm doing as well. So, I've got some good stock coming in now, that I bought, and they're coming in now. But yeah, sometimes you buy stuff, and that's the reality of doing OA, by the way, and A2A, and even Cogito to a certain extent is, yeah, sometimes you'll send something in, it'll sell right away, no problem. Other times you have to wait 2 or 3 months. But because everyone tanks the price. But who cares? Obviously we'd rather sell all our stock, the day it goes in, but that's not the reality of life on doing OA. Even with wholesale, it's not the reality. So, if you're willing to wait, let everyone else sell out really cheaply, then yeah, life's good basically. And then it just works quite nicely, basically. It's maybe not as quick as you want. And, you obviously you'd rather sell a thing instantly, get your money back and it churned around, but hey, that's the reality of it. So the biggest issue I've got with Cogito MTT I'm finding right now is, one, there are too many suppliers out there with good deals. There's actually loads of good deals on there, right? Like really good deals. Like I was scanning today and there were so many good deals, but none of them are willing to give you marketplace invoices. So I just wasn't going to buy them. I can't take that risk. It's just not worth it risking your Amazon account. Because again, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove to Amazon. So if you don't have that marketplace invoice, you are scuppered basically. I mean, sometimes it's hard enough with a marketplace invoice, to be honest with you. Amazon right now, they don't even read the documents. But not having those invoices is a no-go, basically. So that's one frustrating thing. The other frustrating thing I'm finding as well is that to get those kind of really good prices, you have to spend like £9,500, £10,000. That is a little bit like frustrating at times, especially when there's not enough stock available. Like right now, I'm willing to spend £9,500, £10,000, as you just saw there, on an item if I think it's going to sell well in Q4. And by the way, that one I ordered there was an aftershave perfume. We're on the 17th of November. It is shipped just today. I'm not worried about it selling because it's a ridiculously fast selling listing. So once it gets into Amazon, maybe even if it gets in by the 1st of December, fortunately that one is a UK supplier, so it should ship. It's going to be pretty quick. It can be DHL. So Cogito, by the way, have switched from UPS to DHL, by the way. So Cogito deal with all the shipping. That's what's interesting. So they deal with all the shipping. All the providers use their shipping services, and apparently UPS are having issues. They've now switched over to DHL, and apparently things are getting a lot better with Cogito. So, by the way, if anyone wants to sign up to Cogito, there's a link in the description. You can get £100 off your first order with my code FBA Mogul when you sign up. If you've got an existing account as well, worth throwing the code in there. Go to account, promotions, I think it is, and then put the promo code in FBA Mogul, all capitals. I'll throw it out there, and if you're very lucky, it doesn't always work with an existing account, you might get some credit basically. But so that's the frustrating anyway. So NT saying Cogito inflated. I'm doing more A2A on the deal drops. Yeah. Going to go more heavy in Cogito after mid-December into January when prices are cheaper. Yeah, so I'm finding some really good prices, but it's just if there's no marketplace invoice, I will not buy them. Basically, it's simple as that. You just can't take that risk. And also the MOV is a big problem, mate. So what they've done is they introduced these tiered pricings, which you would think would be a good thing, but actually what's happening is like that old price that you might have just got where it was like minimum of like 900 or 500 or 1,000 or whatever is now hidden behind like a $9,000 limit. So actually it's hurting, I think, the platform for smaller people. And you know what? In Q4, I don't mind spending 9 or 10 grand on one aftershave or perfume. Realistically, I'm fine doing that, but not most people. Majority of people are not going to be fine with that. Firstly, there's got to be a deal, and secondly, there's got to be the stock, and then thirdly, then there's got to be, you then got to obviously do it, and it's got to make sense. But yeah, anyway, so so do you hold in? AJ saying, do you hold in PC or Amazon? I don't hold it anywhere really. Just send it into Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. So technically, I do hold it. Yeah. Basically, as soon as it goes to Prep Center, it goes straight in. There's only one item I'm holding back now, where I've got a ridiculous amount of stock. I've got it here actually. So if you can somehow do that sort of CSI sort of enhanced thing, like screenshot this, okay, and then zoom in on my eyeball, and then you'll be able to see this product, and then you'll be able to track down my store. But yeah, so this product here, for example, this was a long old hold. It was a Kogita order, but it was ridiculous, and everyone's nearly sold out now. It sells between 50, oh no, it's actually 200 times a month now, which is good. 50 to 100 times a month normally, say 100 times an average. This is going to be my profit basically. I've talked about this one before basically. Oops. So, and everyone was just selling out too cheaply, and I just basically, people have bricked the price down a decent amount because there's such high ROIs on this one. I bought about 2,000 units, I think, or 1,800 or 2,000, I can't remember exactly. It only sells 100 times a month. This one here, for example, is £8 profit, and this is not the current price right now. The current price is lower, but I'm expecting to sell for like $19.99. And I've just been waiting because if people brick the price down, I was like, you know what, this thing, I'm just going to, I'll tell you, it's an Oral-B product, basically. I'll tell you, it's an Oral-B product. It's toothbrush heads. So I'm just like, well, I'm just going to let you guys sell out and wait. I have been waiting a long old time, not going to lie, but I'm pretty much getting to the point now where the stock levels before there's 13 left before me basically. So then I'm done basically, and then I'll start selling them. And then it's going to take me a while. Even at 200 a month, that's 9 months worth of stock, but it's £8 profit per unit. Or okay, £7 if you include prep fees and shipping, whatever. Realistically, not like £7.50 or whatever. But yeah, so patience is a virtue on that one. And yeah, so what's that? Like, I think I've got 1,800 units. Let's say 7, for example. Let's say it is 8. So yeah, it's about 14.5 grand profit minus prep costs and stuff. So call it 13.5, 13.8 or something. I don't know. From one lead anyway. So that was a pretty good lead, to be honest. But I've had to wait for it. I've had to be patient. I've had to, exactly. I've told you already. Yeah, but some people know, Adrian, some people don't. So yeah, but I'm literally now down to like 13 people. I watch it nearly every day now. 13. There's 13 stock left, so not 30, but 13 in stock total, and that's it. That's it. Then the price is my price. So yeah, interesting stuff. So yeah, MT saying I send everything in sometimes, but I send the same day I receive. But everything gone into Amazon 24 hours. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just get it sent in. Honestly, well, Amazon storage costs do add up. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I pay like £400 a month or something. It's still cheaper than keeping it in a prep. Well, Prep Center is probably free, but they're not. Prep Center is not a storage thing, by the way, Adrian. So while they might store some stuff for a while, they're not really designed for storing stuff. So get it into Amazon, basically, get it in there, and get it gone. It's actually, in a way, while you have to pay storage, is a good thing because like having the stock in there like improves your chance of getting buy box percentage, things like that. Like time on listings, quite an important thing. Stock levels can be an important thing for buy box, winning the buy box, things like that. So. But yeah, so definitely, get it sent in basically, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with necessarily holding some stuff back. Like with those, for example, I literally said, look, can we just hold some back? And my prep center was happy with it. They got a decent amount out of that one. It was an easy prep, and it's all just boxed up, ready to go. And I think in parcels of 200 or 300, I think. So, boxes of 2, I can't remember, it's whatever it is, 200, 300. And then once I just get low, I just send it in, and that's going to be my next. Realistically, it could be the next 1 to 2 years of sales, but it's going to take a while. But I'm still take that money. So it's not a fast one, but it's fine. I doubt anyone's going to be able to get that same price. I think that was a ridiculously good price. So yeah. Anyway, some good questions so far. Any other questions, guys? While I'm here. So yeah, interesting thing on The Guardian actually, and it's probably going to be hit all the other sites as well soon, all the other news sites. Oh. I went to the wrong thing. Not that I read The Guardian. But there was basically, where was it? Accept all. Yeah, here we go. Ticket reselling. So anyone who's a ticket reseller, that sucks. But yeah, it's reselling tickets for profit to be outlawed in the UK government crackdown, basically. So it looks like the government are finally cracking down on ticket scalpers and basically saying that, yep, you'll no longer be able to charge more than you bought it for, basically. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing, basically. I know a few guys that make a lot of money. I mean, we're talking crazy money with tickets. Like, I wonder if I can get a picture, actually. Let me just have a look here. Disable this one. I've got some crazy pictures. I wonder if I can kind of screenshot some of these. Here we go. Hope they don't mind me sharing. But yeah, this is like some of the people, one person I know who does ticket reselling. This is their setup, basically. So each one of these things holds like 500 SIM cards for hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. But yeah, basically for doing like ticket raffles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I got the not guilty from the IP. Oh, well done, Ghost. Well done, mate. That's good. But yeah, you can see here, each one of these trays is 500 SIM cards. So, yeah. For doing ticket raffles and stuff like that, where you have to like enter your number in and get a have a chance of like winning. So yeah, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that anyway. But anyway, so people take it super seriously, and I think he's pretty much small fry if they make ridiculous money from it. Some people do it on a whole another level, like entire rooms full of those things. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's true or not. I think I saw it in the Telegraph as well, or the Financial Times. I can't remember where I saw it. But it literally just broke like a few hours ago, basically. Is it ft.com? Yeah, here we go. Basically, it's also in FT as well, basically. So Financial Times. UK to ban resale of tickets above face value for live events. There we go. So yeah, that kind of interesting move by the government, but I think they're trying to curry some kind of favour with the people right now. So so yeah, why even bother buying tickets? AKJ says, may as well become a robot. Yeah, I mean, because it's ridiculous money in ticket reselling. I know there are guys that literally, they did NFTs, made about £100,000 to £200,000 ish, from NFTs. Then they put all that money into ticket reselling, and then with Taylor Swift coming along, they basically became nearly millionaires, or some of them even millionaires, from just that two kind of like NFTs and then Taylor Swift. Basically, they were to get ridiculous number of Taylor Swift was like this big, like, I'm not a ticket reseller. I've never done it before. I've never bought or sold a ticket in my life. But I did look into it for a short time. I thought, I cannot be bothered with this rubbish. Not that it makes good money. I could not be bothered. I've got no interest in that whatsoever. You've got to be, it's not just about money. You've got to be interested in it as well. But yeah, they basically like Taylor Swift was like massive. There's been other ones, like Oasis was another big one as well. But even that I don't think was as big as Taylor Swift. I'm not a ticket expert. I just know anecdotal stuff from people I speak to. And yeah, people became like millionaires from NFTs and then converting that money into Taylor Swift and stuff. Because Taylor Swift was saying, I don't know what their tickets cost, £200-300, like they'll 10x their value or something ridiculous like that, so it's ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, money basically is the answer. But yeah, that's been cracked down on. Apparently, basically, the platforms can charge a little bit of fees, and that's basically it. So, and I saw something about, obviously, we're not going to find out until like the government actually released the information around it. But yeah, basically, you can't sell it for more than the initial sale price, and also there's something about as well, you can't sell more tickets than you would have been able to get as well, or something. I don't know, but it's interesting. Hey, interesting stuff. There basically. So let's hope they don't clamp down on online arbitrage. Nah, it would never happen. That would like ruin the economy basically. No, it wouldn't ruin the economy, but like, basically, like, it'd be like saying you can't make profit. Like, business would collapse. It'd be really interesting. No, never do that. Don't get worried, guys. But yeah, the ticket one, yeah, obviously, it's just crazy. But yeah, it's it might be controversial. One I agree with, actually, I think. So, although technically I'm a bit of a scalper, I suppose, with OA. Maybe you could argue it's scalping. I've done the old scalping in the past, the old Xboxes, PlayStations. Guys, I started back in the Wii days. God, I remember, I don't know how old I was back then. God, when did the Wii come out? Like 2014 or something? I was selling the Wiis. I remember in my parents' living room, I built like a pyramid. I wish I still had the picture. I still wish I had the picture. So I built this pyramid tower of all these Wii controllers that I was buying. And I made a massive fortune on those. I can't remember how old I was. It was 16, 18 maybe. I can't remember exactly how old I was. when the Wii came out. But yeah, that was always good fun. That was a really good one. So I don't know how I found it, but yeah, the first year that the Wii's came out, I was able to sell just the Wii's and make some money. But they were hard to come by. Like, I don't know how many I got, not that many. But then the year after that, once everyone had the Wii's, the controllers were basically sold out in the UK. You couldn't get them. So I was literally just buying them from Amazon France and Amazon Germany, I think it was. Just sending them over. The exact same controller. It even came with a free game. And I was selling it. I split them up, sold the game, sold the controller separately. And yeah, I was like making like 100% ROI. And I was just buying them by a ridiculous amount, basically. So that's an origins for me, basically, in terms of even before that I was doing stuff. But yeah, so good times. I remember building this little pyramid in my parents' living room, all these Wii controller boxes. It was good fun. So I wish we took a picture, but I wish I had it now. Oh dear, I'd literally pay £100 right now for that photo. But yeah, so 2000. There we go. It shows you how old I am, basically. So I was about 20 years old when I came. Yeah, basically, it's a little bit older than 18, but yeah. So, oh, that was a long time ago. 20 years ago, bloody hell, 20 years ago. So yeah, any other questions, guys, around Amazon? Well, I'm here, so take advantage. Essentially, it's like free mentoring. You know, you get it's not like a one-on-one call, but you know, which is what you get in the mentoring, by the way. But yeah, like if you got a question about Amazon, throw it out there, guys. You know, about sourcing, about Amazon, about Ghost and an IP claim recently that he's got through. Well done on that one. That's awesome, mate. So yeah, that kind of sucks to get those, but just try and avoid them if you can. What brand was it again, Ghost? I can't remember now. I know Dan had one with Fire Angel, and that was a nightmare for him. But yeah, I just can't remember the brand sometimes. But yeah, what brand was that one? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember. But well done for sorting that. So, but yeah. So yeah, my plan for the rest of the month is basically keep sourcing. I was doing some sourcing today. I did a few mentoring calls today. Did some sourcing, bought some stuff. Got some good stuff from Smiths, which is quite nice. Got some good A2As today as well, I think. No, actually, A2A is a bit slow today. I did order something today. Yeah, on A2A. It was an okay one. Not amazing. But any news on gating update is draining my energy. I'll message you. We need to have that call, Adrian, by the way. Sorry about that. I had to postpone that one. But yeah, we'll have a call, mate. We'll have a chat, and I'll give you a little trick if you want. A little grey trick if you want to help you out. We'll have a chat, or I could just send it via Discord, basically. But yeah, I've not had any update on that, mate. Honestly, not heard a single dicky bird out of that one. So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, mate. Yeah. So, and straight after that, how is ungating nowadays? Is it still a nightmare? Has it gotten better? I think it's still a bit of a nightmare. Obviously we're in Q4, so any kind of basically, Adrian, any kind of cosmetic item, health and beauty item right now is just super strict. We're in Q4 as well, so not only was it getting strict, but it was also, it's Q4 as well where they get even stricter. But outside of that, like my mentees have ungated Funko recently. They've ungated Hot Wheels. They've ungated Playmobil. They've ungated Duplo, I think, as well. They've ungated Lego, if I've not already mentioned that one. No problem. And these are relatively new accounts. And some other brands as well. So, yeah, ungating can be done. It's just, I think it's just got to pick and choose your battles right now. And then health and beauty, Q4, good luck. Good luck, especially with it being so hard right now. So, you saw people getting ungated for Clinique again. Thought that gate was hot. Oh, interesting. Really? Okay. Where did you hear that? That's interesting. I'll have a look right now. God, I've got some Clinique that's stranded right now. So let's have a look. Interesting. It might be one of these ones where some of the brands you can sell, some of the some you can sell, some you can't. Clinique. Okay, I'm going to have a look here on my Amazon account. Let me just go to add product, actually. Just do it this way. I was looking for a specific one. Search Clinique. Sure, let's search that one. That'll do. No, that one's hard-gated still for me. Hard-gated on that one. Yeah, interesting. No, for me, it's still hard-gated. So, but yeah, I don't know if there's some brands that they can sell. They might be selling on a wrong branded item. But yeah, for me, it's all still hard-gated, which sucks. But there we go. They rejected my Lego invoice from Lego. That sucks. But yeah, just keep trying on that one. Definitely make sure your billing address matches your seller details on your Amazon seller account. Like, yeah. We'll catch up though, Adrian, at some point. Still trying to get Ungate a brand. It's like impossible to get Ungate. Is it because I'm a newbie? Being new does hurt. But what brand is it again, Zara? I can't remember. Yeah, so Legos as well. Okay. Yeah. Just it's just keep trying. Simple as that. Basically, keep trying. Don't take no for an answer, and don't open new cases. Zara, I think you ignored my advice and listened to someone else in the Discord group. That does not help. You should always listen to me. You got to use the same case. Don't open new cases. It'll get, like I say, what happened? It'll get automatically rejected. So you can do a new case if the old one's been shut down. But yeah, otherwise you don't open new cases. So Zara, you strayed from the fountain of knowledge. Have you looked into the recent... Oh, yeah, Nilby. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Yeah, this new FBA partial refund option. I noticed it's there. I mean, my immediate thought was just don't offer it. But I guess it kind of makes sense. Now, the thing is, I don't want it to be abused, because the problem is people are going to abuse it. I don't know how many times someone gets to use the kind of partial refund option. But, people could potentially abuse it. So it might be worth trying and putting it on, but... to stop a refund, and a return, a pile of returns back there. And I need to sit down and sort these returns. I've got so many returns now. It's just absolutely ridiculous. A lot of it's recalls, to be fair. I had some Clinique left over. I had a lot of DKNY left over. Need to get that on eBay. Need to get a lot of stuff sent back to Amazon. But yeah, just piling up right now. I need to deal with it at some point. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So as long as it doesn't it's a good idea in principle, as long as it doesn't get abused, basically. But yeah, I'd rather give them like a 10% refund than getting something back, basically, probably. But I don't want people then to abuse that and try and get refund. Yeah, Zara Lego. Yeah, so yeah, just keep sticking to that one case. Keep replying to the same case. Keep submitting that information. Make sure the billing address is the exact same as the address, and including a limited company name or your name. All that stuff needs to be on that billing address, basically. It's very important for that to be on there. Ideally, it'll be identically matched. If you did a copy and paste, it'll look exactly the same on that billing address for the invoice. Maybe it was someone else then. My bad, Zara, sorry. Maybe it was someone else. I apologise. I swear it was someone else. Anyway, yeah, no problem. It's all good. I'm getting confused. My bad. I apologise. So I honestly, sometimes I lose track of what's going on. I'm losing my marble sometimes. But yeah, my bad. But yeah, so basically you just keep trying. You just can't give up, basically. Just keep trying. Simple as that. Yeah. But make sure, obviously, that everything you're doing is correct, in terms of that billing address and stuff like that. So, but yeah. Oh, God, I'm getting tired. But yeah, so need to go and get some food after this, actually. But yeah, awesome. Have I made any interesting sales? Actually, it's been a bit slow, actually. Yeah, I've not made a sale since 7:26, actually. So this was the last one I sold. I'm out of stock on this one now. Actually, looking at this one, I might have sold this one too cheap, to be fair. It was a toy, and if I've sold out now, I'm already looking now. The price is $35.99 now, so I've actually sold this too cheap. Yeah, it's kind of rubbish. So I think I've been selling this one too cheap, and I could have probably made some more money for look at Q4. Maybe could have sold this for up to like $39.99. So yeah, sometimes just this is where the repricer doesn't really do its job. I don't know. I need to look into why that didn't go up in price. Maybe I messed up a bit on the repricing. I don't think so. But yeah, like that's one there I made money, but I've dropped the ball on that one. Yeah, I don't know why I was selling for that price. Why it didn't go up in price. Anyway, it is what it is. So it is what it is. But yeah, so are you going Sainsbury's after this? I might do, mate. Yeah, I might do. So I'm not sure. There's a really nice Turkish place that does like nice like chicken kebabs with rice. So I might get that. So I'm not sure yet. So Pavey's saying, did you want to try and move to Dubai? Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's a huge decision for me to do that. I've got my family's here. My parents are getting older. That's the big thing that's holding me back is my parents, basically. So my dad just turned 80. My mum's 70 something. That's the thing that's holding me back. They're not going to be around forever. So if I move off, then that's a big decision for me. But at the same time, you've got to live your life. So it's a difficult decision. But But yeah, I'm going again in January. I'm going for 3 months. I'm going to give it another go, and and probably this time I'll probably just stay out there, to be fair. And then what I'm going to do is just fly back every couple of months, basically every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks. I've got nearly 1 million points in Amex, so I've got. You can't get first class flights anymore. It's so annoying. I had to slum it in business class. I booked BA business. There are just no first class reward flights available right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, my balance right now, a bit of a flex here, I guess, is the old. There's the membership points, 930,000. So got a decent amount set up, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's enough for 9 first class flights, basically. Not returns, but like 9 trips, if that makes sense, like one-way trips. It's about 90,000 points roughly to do like first class Emirates, first class BA. Although you can't get first class right now, and actually my business class cost me about 90,000, 80,000 points actually. So it's actually pretty the same. It's a big decision to move into a country, but I think I just need to do it, unfortunately, and I'm just going to fly back as often as I feel like I need to. I just pay the money and pay the points and just do it, basically. So it's not that far away. It's a 7-hour flight. Just book a night flight, sleep on the plane, and just do that, basically. But it's a big decision, so so it's one of those ones. I've got a lot of big life decisions right now I need to make, and it's just I'm not very good at making big decisions like that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but I do really like Dubai, and I really miss it a lot. So my friend has just come back from Kuwait. Actually, I'm really looking forward to catching up with him. He was out there for 4 days at a medical conference, and from the pictures, it looked freaking amazing. And I'm really looking forward to catching up with him to see what he thought about the Middle East, basically, and what he thought about it. But yeah, from what I can see, he freaking loved it. So I don't think he's ever going to move out there, but you never know. But yeah, so he just come back there, and he honestly, it looks like he absolutely loved it. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with him and seeing. Cause I think it's his first trip to the Middle East, I think, and seeing what he thought, basically. But yeah, so it's a big, but paving, yeah, it's a big decision, but I really do enjoy it out there. And it's very expensive. It is very expensive out in Dubai, but it is really good. So, but yeah. No problem, Zara. It's all good. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Zara. It's okay. Have you used your points on a Yeah, I've used it on. So I've flown Emirates first class twice. I've flown BA first class twice as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I did Emirates once, was in like there and back, and I've done BA there and back first class as well, basically. So yeah, I've used points for those, basically. So I've used and what else have I used it for? Yeah, I think it's twice. No, I've done it more than that. No, I have done it. Yeah, that's 4. I've been okay, that's right. Yeah, 4. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, so I've done both, basically. Emirates is nicer than BA. Don't get me wrong. BA's all right, first class. It's plenty of room and the bed's relatively comfortable. But Emirates is on another level. The food's nicer. Well, they're saying that BA food was nice. If you like caviar, then you can go Emirates. That's obviously quite an expensive thing. I tried it for the first time on an Emirates flight. It was okay. I didn't have it on the way back, to be honest with you. And if you like champagne and drinking, which I don't really drink, so I didn't have any alcohol. Saying that, one time I had a little thing of Bailey's, actually, so as a little treat. But I don't drink, so the Dom Perignon and all the fancy brutes and stuff like that is just totally wasted on me. But I think I've got some. Yeah, I probably do have some good pictures. I can't really show you now, but yeah. But BA, it's good. It's good enough. The main thing is just being comfortable, and what I pretty much do is BA business is rubbish. Yeah, it's not ideal, mate. Yeah, have you been on like a proper one because there's like Euro Traveller, which is like basically premium economy, and then there's actually like proper business. So the one that I've booked is obviously a proper business, but it's also the new layout as well. So they've got like that old business class, which is ridiculous. It looks rubbish, and then they've got the new one. The new one's actually looks really nice, but it's still good. I'm not going to complain, but obviously I'd rather have first class, especially when the points difference is like 10,000 points ish. However, saying that, if I look at the flight, I think I talked last. I think it was £187 it cost me for one way, and 90,000 points. So for first class, for business class, sorry. So BA business class. So it's not too bad really. So anyway, it is what it is. So okay, business class. Okay, well, how do you find it, mate? How do you find it? Who do you fly with, buddy? But yeah, so look, I'd rather go first, but hey, business is better than nothing, to be fair. You can still lie flat, you can relax. And what I normally do once I've eaten my meal, I literally just lie down and just chill like I'm in bed and just stick with the laptop on my belly or have a nap or whatever and just chill. So it's pretty good, to be fair. So it does make a big difference when you're traveling. It turns from what is like a chore into quite a nice thing, basically. Yeah, the old ones have two randoms face. Exactly, it does. Yeah, and you also have to. The people lean over you. If you're on the aisle one, then to get to the people on the window seat, apparently they have to lean over you, which is ridiculous. Whereas the new thing is all facing forward, and you don't have to face random people. So yeah. Fortunately, my one's the new layout, which looks okay, to be fair. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm willing to do a BA. Again, I just had some bunch of points in my Nectar thing, so which I converted to BA and then used that basically. So yeah, I've still got 900,000 points, with 930,000 points. But yeah, more points than I can use, essentially. But yeah, obviously, if I move to Dubai and end up traveling back every 6 to 8 weeks, or whatever it is, or let's say every 8 weeks, every 2 months, just to fly back, I'll obviously be going through those points a little bit more frequently, which is fine. So I don't mind doing that. And I'll just try and book a night flight, turn up, just sleep. Pretty light, I guess, if I'm only going to stay for a few days in the UK. One baggage, one bag and nothing too fancy, laptop and stuff, and then just come. Yeah, pretty easy. Hop on the plane, sleep, wake up. Yeah, see my parents, see my family, see my friends, and then go back a few days later, basically. So yeah, obviously, if I move to Dubai, then in terms of there's only so many days I can spend in the UK. So that's something that needs to factor in as well. So yeah, need to keep an eye on that one. But yeah, so there are so many countries in the world. Why don't you go somewhere else? In terms of living places, is really not. I mean, America, it's quite difficult to get in. That could be an option. I'd like to go to Australia, but the thing is, Nilby, it's there's not that many places that will take you. Basically, that's the problem. There's not that many countries that will take you. Now we're out of the EU, that definitely makes things harder. But yeah, Cyprus is definitely an option. But I decided, even though I've not actually been to Cyprus, I have been to Cyprus many years ago. Even though I've not been to Cyprus recently, I decided, having looked at it, researched it, speaking to people, it's not really kind of my vibe right now. I like the hustle and bustle of Dubai, the energy of it and stuff like that. Cyprus is definitely more relaxed and chilled. So I'm not saying I'm going to live in Dubai for the next 20 years. I'll probably go out there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years maybe. We'll see how it goes, and then if I get sick of it, I'll move on, basically. But yeah, maybe end up with somewhere like Cyprus, something that I don't know, where I can actually settle down and chill, basically. But yeah, right now I like the hustle and bustle of Dubai. But yeah, there are other countries, lots of countries. I was actually looking just before this. I watched a video of some guy who was in Shenzhen in China. Not that I can go and live in China, but it looks like it'd be an interesting place to live. And then looking at Hong Kong as well, which is next door. I was like, oh, cool. I'll maybe book a month or so in Hong Kong or a couple of weeks and go and visit Hong Kong. And yeah. Saudi Arabia, yeah. I've been looking at. I was going to say, I was looking at going to Kuwait. I was looking at going Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and then within the UAE, there's Abu Dhabi, which is like an hour away from Dubai. I need to actually do Abu Dhabi for a couple of weeks or something, or a month or whatever. And then up north, it's Razal, something R-A-Z, Razal. I can't remember how you pronounce it. It looks like a really cool emirate, actually, up and coming emirate. That's where the casino is being built. So very interesting. They're building a casino there. So some of the countries are strict, yeah, but they're fine. As long as you follow the rules and you're respectful of the locals, and you don't walk around with a beer can, But some of these countries are strict, to be fair. So yeah, don't get me wrong. You can't just as long as you're respectful and you follow the rules, you'll be absolutely fine, basically. So, yeah. I'll be absolutely fine. Should be. But yeah, so I don't really drink, which certainly helps. But yeah, as long as you don't break the law and you don't drink in public, which is a big thing, and you don't, insult people and just be respectful and stuff, you'll be absolutely fine, basically. So don't start a brawl, things like that, Just be, just be respectful and you'll be absolutely fine in all these countries. So, but yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to live in those countries, but I'm just looking to go and visit. I kind of like the Middle East, so it'd be good to expand. Obviously, now I'm looking to go and move to Dubai. So I'm going to obviously go into Dubai again for 3 months just to, evaluate again and make a decision. But from there, I can go and visit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, all those countries basically, or Emirates inside of the UAE. And yeah, evaluate them, go to Hong Kong, China as well, be kind of interesting. And yeah, What do you think about mortgage? No, I've never had one. So, interestingly, my neighbour, he put his apartment on for sale, and I made him an offer. Maybe it was a little bit low. Anyway, it was on there for. Should I say numbers? Yeah, doesn't matter too much. He put it on the market for 160. I offered him like 145. He literally got 160 from his first viewing and took that basically on the day of the viewing. So I was like, oh, but I kind of wanted to buy it. I was thinking about buying that as a rental place, but no. I've never had a mortgage, guys, so yeah, I've been fairly fortunate in that regard. So, but then my friend was saying to me, "Oh, you should put it under like a buy-to-let mortgage and stuff." I just don't know. This is me kind of bringing a little bit of money out of Amazon. Putting some cash into something that's, not just Amazon, and brings a rental income in. Yeah, but I've obviously missed the boat on that one. But yeah, the whole idea would be maybe I just end up buying the whole block at some point. But over time. I don't know, yeah, so, but yeah, I've never had a mortgage. What do I think of them? They make perfect sense, of course. Like, not everyone's in a fortunate position to have the cash to buy places, so I get that. I'm quite, like, I don't know, not risk averse, but like, for example, my friend said to me, look, you've got X amount of money, right? You could buy, like, 5 rental properties, and I definitely could, under, like, buy-to-let and stuff. But then it's like, that just adds another element of risk to my life that I'm not necessarily that interested in. Maybe if I was in my 20s or 30s, although I wouldn't have the money back then. I'm just not sure I want to, like, if interest rates skyrocket, then I've got to worry about making the payments. And I just, yeah, I'm taking that money out of it's not that I think Amazon's risky, but there is a risk element to business and stuff. And putting it into something a little bit safer, like property, and getting like a steady, regular rental income. If you then obviously attach like a buy-to-let mortgage to that, it just, then you've got to worry about paying the mortgage. It should be okay, but, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm very, like, it definitely makes sense, to be fair, and even from a buy-to-let point of view, it makes sense, because you can scale up. Like, I could probably buy, like, 1 or 2 properties with cash, or I could, like, buy 5 with buy-to-let mortgages, but then you incur a lot of risk, but you're also then leveraging the bank's money. So if it works out, you end up with 5 properties, for the price of 1 almost. You get what I mean. But yeah, but obviously they make perfect sense. I'm just not a big fan of them myself. I just don't want to be, I don't like debt, and I don't like having to worry about having a payment over my head every month, basically. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but they make perfect sense. But yeah, build a business up on Amazon and elsewhere, and then you won't have to worry about it. You can be in the same position. 28, looking to get a mortgage for personal home, not rental. Yeah, of course. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think it makes perfect sense. I'm not like a financial expert here. I'm in a very fortunate position. So, I do have debt, obviously, in my Amex, but I never really, or sometimes I do. Like last year was squeaky bum time, but I actually managed to pay it off okay. But yeah, like I know that's about the only kind of debt that I've got is that, and I do it sensibly for the most part. Don't ever exceed my balance that I've got or what I expected to have in there. But no, it makes perfect sense, to be fair. So you 100% like get a mortgage. I made a sacrifice here. I live in a 2-bed, 2-bathroom apartment that cost it cost me £135,000 basically. I'm in Nottingham. All right. I could have got even right now, I could go out and buy a £700,000 property. More actually, if I got a mortgage, more with a mortgage, I could potentially get maybe 800 to £1 million property, but I'd be mortgaging myself up to the absolute freaking hilt, and I just don't want that. Firstly, I'd have to put a lot of my capital in there, and then I'd also be mortgaged up to the hilt. And then every month I've got pressure. Like Amazon this month's going crap. Do I care? It looks rubbish for marketing and YouTube. So in that regard, I care. But do I care from an income point of view? Not really, no. It doesn't bother me in any way, basically. So, but obviously, if I've got a £6,000 mortgage or £5,000 mortgage to pay every month, I'm going to freaking care. And then I don't want that pressure, basically. So, yeah. But obviously, it makes sense as well. So I think getting a mortgage makes sense. Just don't over leverage yourself. Don't go nuts. Just be sensible. Just don't go crazy. Like just because you can get a mortgage for £200,000 doesn't mean you have to get £200,000 mortgage. Maybe get £100,000 mortgage instead. Just be sensible, But that's a sacrifice I've made, to have a stress-free life. Maybe that's why I look younger than my age, because I try and live stress-free. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, each to their own. I'm definitely unusual. I was very fortunate. My parents helped me out when I was younger, and things like that when it came to property. So that obviously helped me. I'm not going to say made it all myself. I've done very well for myself, but I got a nice start very early on from my parents, which helped out very nicely. So yeah, but yeah, other than that, yeah. Anyway, won't go too much into that anyway. So Sam is saying, do you outsource sourcing? Right now, I don't, but I am in the process of getting 2 or 3 VAs. So maybe part of that kind of 30K a month kind of thing, basically. But we've had a new one start. I'll be honest, not looking that good, but we'll give her a chance. But yeah, basically, it's tough to get VA. So let's just say I'm looking at getting some VAs, yeah, basically to help. But honestly, VAs are not the answer to everything. You need to just learn how to source yourself. So yeah, you do have to pay service charges. Yeah, absolutely, 100% Ghost. Yeah, look, it doesn't matter whether you got a flat or you got a house. There's some fee you got to pay. Obviously council tax, service charges. Now, fortunately, in this place, the service charges are really low. But I've got another apartment which is currently in the process of being sold. One of the reasons it's a lovely apartment. It's an absolute. I'll show you actually. This is my very first apartment. I love this apartment so much. It's a beautiful apartment. It's just the service charges in the management company just absolutely horrendous. So I should share some pictures with you guys. This is sold. It's literally, it's sold in April this year, and basically it's still going on. The guy's trying to get the money together from a divorce. I should have inquired more. We're hoping to complete on the first week of December. It's taken frickin' ages. Every single month it's delayed. It's costing me £800 in interest. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm fuming, to be honest, but there's nothing I can do. So I don't know if I can actually look at the pictures here. So look, we've got a link. Yeah, so look here, quick. Oops. Can I go onto this link here? Yeah, view. Here we go. So it's a nice apartment. The service charges are ridiculous. We got whacked for like a crazy, oh Christ, I'm Simon. Let's go back here. Here we go. I'm trying to screenshot this. So this is my living room. It's 1,200 square foot apartment. It's really nice, basically. So there you go. Oops, too big. Anyway, so this one's sold. Just waiting for the sale to go through. That's the living room. Like 2 big L-shaped sofas. Blah blah blah. This was an Airbnb, by the way. So I ran it as an Airbnb for a long time. But yeah, so and then nice kitchen, bedroom, all that kind of stuff. Nice long hallway, wooden floors. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice. It's a nice part. I'm really sad to sell it. I really am so sad to be selling it. But the service charge is just way too high. I just can't be. I can't be dealing with it. They charge us like last year I paid £2,000 in electricity for the hallway. That was per apartment in the freaking hallway. They just will not. Anyway, I don't think. Yeah, it's a nightmare to deal with. That's the apartment anyway. So yeah, that's being sold. And yeah, it's real sad. It's one of those ones where my heart wants to keep it because it's such a nice apartment. It is so nice. I moved out of there, by the way, because I moved to Nottingham for work. If you want to see that, I've got like an origin story about how I got started on Amazon. But yeah, and yeah, it's one. The heart wants to keep it, but the head just says sell. So I've sold basically. Although I'm bloody tempted to pack in this sale because it's just taking so long. It's costing me £800 a month in interest right now just to not have that money in the bank. Ridiculous. So I'm kind of fuming. Anyway, but yeah, it was a good Airbnb. My brother's been living in there for the past sort of year and a half rent free to help him out with business. But yeah, anyway, that's a whole other story. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. But so yeah, service charges, they can be a pain. And that place there, the service charges are ridiculous. Like every year it's like at least £2,500. Yeah, absolutely crazy. But obviously that's way less than the mortgage. So MTT was saying, where do you get your VA? So you can go Outsource Central is one place to go to get VAs. But yeah, you've been to Saudi Arabia then, MTT. Let's catch up the thing. Not a fan of having debt. I'm gonna look, mortgage is fine. It's just I personally don't like to have it over my head. That's the thing. I want to be able to focus on building my business. So I don't want to have to worry about pulling money out or a lot of money for like to pay a mortgage. Now, when I go to Dubai, if I move there, I'm gonna have to freaking rent, which sucks. Which is why I was thinking of buying that one across renting this place out, renting that one out, having some income coming in from properties that then pay the rent. So again, it kind of like takes it off my head basically. But I like to just focus on the business, not have to worry about pulling out ridiculous amounts of money with a big mortgage. But if you get a sensible mortgage, it's fine. Like you're obviously gonna get yourself on the property ladder is an important thing as well. So I think don't follow me. In terms of what I've done, I think getting a mortgage is fine. Don't just don't. If you can get a 200 grand mortgage, maybe just don't get 200 grand, get 100 grand. Just be sensible. But yeah, so yeah, it's not too bad, Snappy. It's not too bad. So, but it's the life I've kind of built, I suppose. So I've made some sacrifices. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, sometimes I would wish I had a bigger house with a swimming pool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, nice, cool. You enjoy it there, did you, buddy? Oh, cool, nice. Qatar. I want to go to Qatar, Saudi. Yeah, I want to check out all these places actually. So, yeah, I want to check them all out. Kuwait looks sick, honestly. My mate sent me some pictures. I was like, man, that looks amazing. It looks even nicer than Dubai. Yeah, I was like, okay, it's crazy. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with him. We're going for Chinese next week. See what he thought about it, basically. Yeah, Adrian's saying 1.6. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you get, obviously, yeah, rates as good as well. So yeah, so don't necessarily like copy what I'm doing. I'm in a different situation. Also, don't forget I'm 39 as well. So I'm now, I don't know, like I'm a different age to a lot of you guys. So in terms of like I'm older than a lot of you guys. So I'm a little bit more risk averse in my old age. I don't know, just don't necessarily copy me. When you see me going deep on products, don't do that unless you know what you're doing with Amazon. Don't copy me in terms of what I've done. I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. Just yeah, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's a really good rate to be 1.6. Yeah, that's. I don't think you get a rate that rate now, could you? I don't think. Probably like what 2.5%, 3% now, but still, it's not too bad really. So, how would you do OA from abroad? Well, I use a prep center, so that's that problem solved. I already use a prep center anyway, so I don't see the stock myself. It's just returns that I'd have to deal with, but we can use something like Your Prep. I think it's oh god, what's it called now? It's changed. It used to be called Returnify, but it's now called something else. I basically have to come up with a good system for returns. That's the only thing, really. Using a service that deals with them for me. But yeah, beyond that, just do it from abroad. There's no issue. You use a VPN, to the sites, think that you're in the UK and you're good to go. Basically, it's pretty easy. So locked in a 10-year fix. Very smart, mate. You've made a lot of money from that one, mate. Absolutely. 10-year fix, 1.6. Yeah, very smart. Well, obviously, in hindsight, it looks very smart. But yeah, but no, that's good. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, away from abroad is pretty easy, to be honest with you. So yeah, no problem there. I'm just gonna message my friend, see if we want to go to this Turkish place, get some food, get him peckish. But yeah, so I'll do that in a minute, basically. But yeah, so any other final questions then before? Yeah, exactly. Well planned, mate. Even if, like, say for example, interest rates went down to 0, or even negative, like it's still, you locked in, you got peace of mind on that 1.6. So whatever you got to pay every month, and it's not going to go up or down. So that's sometimes buying that peace of mind. Even sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But it's fine. So yeah, I think that's a ridiculously good rate, mate. So yeah, very good. And obviously 1.6. Yeah, if you can get that, yeah, that's the other thing as well. Mortgages are pretty cheap money as well. So yeah, definitely get yourself on the housing the ladder, basically, the housing ladder, 100%. Even if you get a mortgage, absolutely fine. That's a normal thing to do. So yeah, don't copy my example. I was very fortunate. My parents, they helped me out very early on. So yeah, don't copy that example. Yeah, but anyway, so if you can, obviously do. But yeah, yeah. But I'm no financial expert, by the way. So oh, nice one, mate. That's awesome. So 6 years and you're done. That's gonna be an awesome feeling, mate. That's gonna be awesome to pay off your mortgage. That'd be amazing, mate. So yeah, but do you order straight to prep center? Yes, I do. Yeah, so it goes straight from, let's say, Smith's straight to the prep center. I don't even see it. So yeah, which is good. Yeah, that's how I do it, basically. Pretty simple. But yeah, so it goes straight to prep center. They prep it for me, send it to Amazon. The only thing I have to deal with right now are returns. They come back to here. Pain in the butt, but yeah, there are systems and processes you can put in place for that. There are there are services out there that will deal with returns for you, or just pile them up and then deal with them at a later date. It could be another thing as well if I come back to the UK. So my plan would be to come back to the UK for Christmas. My plan would be come back to the UK for a little bit of time in summer as well. Maybe that's the time I come back and just deal with it then, basically in one big batch. Yeah, so RB Source is amazing. Sign up. They got Black Friday deal. Oh, did they? They got Black Friday deal. Cool. Yes. I mean, I threw the RB for life for a 3-month on yearly plan. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah. So yeah. So there's a link above anyway. He's got what code's he got? And yeah, interesting. Anyway, so I threw the code up there. If there's a better deal out there, obviously take that. Start free trial. Yeah, I think he's doing the yearly plan now, isn't he? Basically, I think I saw that one. Is that what you're talking about, MTT? The sort of yearly thing that you can now pay, or is there something different going on Black Friday? So Ghost saying, how do you handle stock Amazon have lost or broken? Do you just answer that? No. So basically, yeah, if they lose it, then you can get a reimbursement from them. If they break it, then you can get a reimbursement on it. Now, you might not like the reimbursement. Oh yeah, it will be ridiculously leaky, Ghost. Yeah, 100%. Mine's actually a bit leaky. I need to get better myself at doing it. In the mentorship program, we've actually got a bunch of SOPs to plug all these leaks. That was something that took a long time to build up. I just need to actually do them myself. But yeah, so yeah, the yearly plan, yeah, honestly, yeah, save money. Like, it's no brainer, to be honest with you. Full disclosure, I get it for free because I'm an affiliate. But yeah, like, it is a really good software. I use it nearly every day when I'm sourcing. So it is ridiculously good. And yeah, use the link and code that I put above, basically, to get signed up. You can also get 30% off your first month as well. So where's that link? Here it is, basically. Let's copy this. I'll put the link out there again for you guys. There we go. And the code's FBA Mogul 30. It is an amazing tool. Do that and then get your first month for 30% off and then pay for the year, basically. Good to go. Amazon automatically reimburse. They do automatically reimburse, yeah. So the reimburse, if it's there's various ones they'll do, but essentially, yeah, if they lose it or if they damage it, they'll auto reimburse you. What you get reimbursed is pretty low. Let me look at mine actually. Like, I was looking earlier and they're pretty bad reimbursement reports. So yeah, for example, actually this one actually is not too bad actually. So actually, how much did I put? No, okay. For example, one here, I've got this thing here that cost me £9.85. They've reimbursed me £4.46, lost in the warehouse. I have to chase that up. So half the money. Basically, the reimbursement rates are pretty poor. Let's put it like that, basically. At times, so weird enough, this one here, it cost me £3.61. They reimbursed me £3.61. This one here, oh my god, this is a Clinique one. Cost me £21. They lost it in the warehouse. They reimbursed me £7.70. Crazy. A DKNY one here that got lost. It cost me £24.46. They reimbursed me £20.72p. What's going on here? However, I got one of these toothbrushes. They lost one or something happened. Cost me £4.26. They gave me £8.30. Shows you what a good deal I got on those. But yeah, basically, generally you get under reimbursed essentially, and it sucks. You can try and chase it, managing director, blah blah blah. It sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. You got to pick and choose your battles. Also gives you an idea of how good a deal you got as well. Like, I've got one here, Versace, that I bought. I paid £41.50. They reimbursed me £39.22. So obviously it looks like I got a good deal on that one, basically. But I've got Versace Direct, brand direct, so that's probably good. I'm joking, I don't. I wish I did. I'd be driving a Lamborghini if I had a Versace Direct. Actually, another one here, yeah. Different one. I paid $45.20 for this different Versace one. They reimbursed me $43.82. So anyway, yeah, yeah. So that's anyway in terms of those kind of things, basically. So if the mentoring, hey, if anyone's interested in the mentoring, by the way, if you book a call today, as I said, the 10th person, by the time that person pays, you know who you are if you're watching. Once that person pays, the price is going up, basically. If you book a call in before then, I'll lock you in on the old price up until like the 10th of January, basically. So if you're interested, if you're just even interested in doing the mentoring, even if it's in the future in January, up till January 10th, book a call in with me, the mentoring call, linked below. And that will, if you have the call with me, or I've got it booked in and we have a call, I'll lock you in for the old price, basically. It is going up by £1,000. That is not a marketing thing. It is because it's too much work for the mentoring for that price. However, as a thank you to you guys, if you put that in now, this is basically last chance to get it for the old price. Book it in now, basically, and we'll go from there, basically. And that will lock you in, and you can choose up to January 10th to do that for that price, basically. But beyond that, it goes up to another £1,000. I won't say how much it costs. It's I don't know if I should say. Because it's like, I will say, okay, I normally like to book a call in and talk about it and show you what you're getting before I save the money. Right now it's £3,000 to do the mentoring program, 3 months. It is going to £4,000 basically, and then it's going to £5,000. So the first 10 people get it for 3,000, 11 to 20 get it for 4,000, and then 20 plus is going to 5. And at £5,000, it's still a bargain. But yeah, so anyway, if you want to lock it in for £3,000, book a call with me basically, and that price will basically last up to the 10th of January, and then beyond that, no one's getting it cheaper. Cool. Yeah, I like to instill as part of the sales process. I'm not a good salesman, by the way, at all. As part of the sales process, I like to obviously go through the benefits first of what you get before I just throw out a big number like £3,000. However, but anyway, so yeah, there's no hard sales, by the way, anything like that. Like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, book that in, link below. Let's have a chat and see where we go from there, basically. So yeah, Adrian said got 50% back from lost. Yeah. So one thing you could do basically is email the managing director. Well, first thing is obviously open a case with them and try and get more money back. If that doesn't work, you can try and open a case with the managing director. Yeah. So I think it's managing director Amazon.co.uk. I think yeah, you should definitely do it. Yeah. So who's your IP claim with MTT? Claudia, account health. How bad is an authenticity claim by customer for account health? So right now, when I get one of those, I've not had one in maybe 3-4 weeks now, maybe. It has no account impact whatsoever. However, if you're a newer seller, it's going to have quite an impact on your account. So yeah, it depends. If it's from a customer, it's still not good. But right now, I get no impact account health, but I've been Amazon for a while. And every single thing I've won, every single claim I've had, I've won. So, Adrian's messaged me, that's 2k discount. Did I say? I don't know. Mate, we spoke so early, mate. Maybe I think I was going to go in at 5,000, but then we reduced it down to just do the introductory thing, basically. So my bad. Honestly, I'll be honest, I lose track. I'll be honest, I do lose track. But yeah, everyone who's done it now has paid 3. So my bad on that one, Adrian. So apologies on that one. But it is going up to that 5,000, basically. But it's going to go in a tiered thing, basically. So my apologies on that one. Not malicious in any way. I just literally forgot, basically. But yeah, but I think I did offer you like more time, though. It was more than 3 months, though, wasn't it, I think? So if I remember correctly, though. Because at first it was going to be like 6 months, 5,000, I think, if I remember correctly. Then we reduced it down to 3,000, 3 months, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I can't remember 100%. Honestly, there were so many calls, I lose track. So, okay, my bad. No. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so anyway, I'll hold my hand up on that one. But yeah, Claudia, don't get an auth claim, basically. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about it, but obviously make sure you got your ducks in a row in terms of invoices, things like that, and and go from there, basically. But obviously, you can't obviously I say don't get an auth claim. You can't obviously stop it, but yeah, it's not good. But obviously, when you get one, make sure you got your ducks in a row, got your invoices and stuff, so you can basically you can go ahead and fight that, basically. Cool. Any other questions then? So yeah, Managing Director. So yeah, MTT, I'll be interested to hear who your IP claim is with. Apologies if you already DM'd me about it. Yeah, my bad, buddy. I apologise, Adrian. Nothing malicious there. But that probably was what I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, what we started off with. I think it was going to be the higher amount, and then we dropped it to just get people in so we could get the feedback and stuff like that. But yeah, it's too cheap. It is too cheap at 3,000. But yeah, my bad. Cool. Any last questions then, guys? Any last questions? Nope, that looks like it. Cool. Okay. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, honestly, I do so many calls, I actually lose track at times. It's really bad. I feel like my memory's failing me sometimes. When it's from the brand, yes, exactly. Dan had one from the brand from Angel Fire, isn't it? I can't remember what they're called now. Yeah. Yeah, not Angel Fire, is it? Is it Angel Fire? Yeah, I can't remember. I was thinking of like Altered Carbon. It's Angel Fire and that, isn't it? That sci-fi series. But yeah, that's really bad because they wouldn't even let you submit an invoice, which is ridiculous. That was the worst thing. Is like they wouldn't let you do an invoice. They wanted like an LOA only, basically, or like a court injunction. It was ridiculous, the stuff they were asking you for from a brand one. But that company was absolutely disgraceful. how they treated you there. So they did sort it out in the end, though. To give them credit, they did sort it out. But yeah, it was pretty not great though what they did to you. Anyway, we're glad we got it sorted, Dan. Anyway, but yeah, awesome, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up there anyway. I need to go and get some food. And then I need to edit this video. I meant to do it today, so I've got it here. Need to get that done. Get that out for tomorrow. Yeah, awesome, guys. Massively appreciate everyone coming on. Any more questions, save them till Thursday. I'll be on again 8 p.m. Thursday. Maybe we'll do some sourcing. I'm not sure. Maybe mix it up. Maybe I'll do another tier list. People seem to like that as well. Maybe I'll do like a website tier list. So we'll take like 50 websites, OA websites, and I'll rank them based on how good and bad I think they are, from like D to S tier. That could be quite a fun one. Any other video ideas you got, let me know. But yeah, awesome, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on, and anyone who watched afterwards, massively appreciate you guys as well, and all guys and girls. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.